What's up, my friends? It is a hurricane day here in Florida, so no better time than to throw some content your way. Cody's got his little head in the screen right now. He's staying real close with the weather out here. It's pouring, it's windy, so you might get some extra sound effects today, but that's a-okay with me. It's a little gloomy in here and a little gloomy outside, so hopefully you can see me well. And we're gonna talk about some ugly words today. But little life check-in first. Ran a 10K this weekend. Ran a half marathon this weekend, 19.3 miles. Took on the 10K with my wife, my buddy, my sister, another friend. The half marathon, me and my buddy just did it. Body was feeling it. I've been hurt and been recovering for a couple days. Look at that, camera's focusing on you, Coda. So I've been recovering, but today's important because training for a marathon, whatever you're training for is going to differentiate what your calories should be at. Let's keep that focus on me, bud. Trying to get on Coda. So I know everybody wants to focus on Coda Bear while we're out here. So whatever you're training for, it's going to affect our dirty word today. And that dirty word is carbs, carbohydrates. And I know a lot of y'all are scared of carbs. Carbs make me fat. Carbs make me bloated. Carbs, I hate carbs and I gotta lose weight, so I'm gonna cut out carbs because carbs. And I've been down that road. When I was younger, it's probably been about 8 to 10 years since I went the keto route. And I did, as much as I'm gonna bash keto here, I did see some positive results on weight loss. And I'm not a keto fan. I'm not an Atkins fan. I think they're terrible diets because I don't think you should ever restrict a single food group. I don't think you should cut a single food group out of your life because there's benefits to all kind of foods. And as somebody who's into bodybuilding and aesthetics and looking good, I know that carbs make your muscles look good. They're gonna fill up your muscles, glycogen. You're gonna look fuller. You're gonna have muscle and you're gonna have energy. As somebody who did a marathon and a half marathon and a 10K this weekend, carbs are necessary. You need energy and you get energy from carbs. So if you've been tuned into the last two videos, first one we talked about total daily energy expenditure. Hopefully you got your number there. Hopefully you figured out where your proteins are. So that leads us to finding out where our carbs are at. That's the next most important step. Total daily energy expenditure, proteins. Now we're gonna cut into the carbs. A great starting point for people is 40% of your total calories. So we know that protein is 4 calories per gram of protein. So we said I'm taking in 200, so 4 times 200, that's 800 calories from protein. We've got, let's just throw a number out there, 3,000. We know that wasn't my number if you've watched the last few videos, but 3,000 minus that 800, I've got 2,200 other calories to work with here. I recommend starting with 40% of your calories from carbs. Now, that can fluctuate. If you are taking a rest day, it's probably good to have a little lower carbs that day, especially if you're trying to lose weight. Cycling carbs is a great way to lose fat and lose fat fast. Higher carbs on workout days, lower carbs on your rest days. I'm gonna keep having to hit that button because he's feeling playful today and he wants to play with y'all. So 40% and maybe down to 20%, maybe a little less if you're going, physique style. You're definitely gonna have to cut it lower if you're really trying to get the body fat down. I cannot get that to lock on me, Cody. You are being a handful today. So 40%, 15 on rest days, 20 on rest days. If you're really trying to lose weight, fluctuate it. Don't let your body get too used to too much. So here's why carbs get a bad rap. Because when I say eat 40% of your calories from carbs, the vast majority of you are going to eat garbage if I just tell you a macro breakdown. 40% from carbs, I can get away with, we said 3,000 calories. So 40% of those, 400, 800, 1,200 from carbs, boom, divided by 1,200 by carbs, boom, boom, boom. Doing some math on the fly here. It's not working out for me. Did I do that right? Yes, I did. So 1,200 out of your 3,000, random numbers I'm throwing out there, is gonna be in carbs. And then you say, okay, I can fill that up any which way I want. The problem is there's different types of carbs. There's good carbs, there's bad carbs. Let's say there's bad foods. I'm not like that guy. I eat everything. Like there's very few things I don't like to eat. But if you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to lose body fat, more importantly, there's gonna be some carbs you're gonna want to avoid. So we start at the top, you get your starches, complex carbohydrates, beans, legumes, fruits, whole grains, vegetables. These are gonna be good. Getting those in there, they're complex, takes your body longer to break them down. You're gonna feel fuller. Your blood sugar levels are gonna be stable. A+. Then you've got fiber. Probably not eating enough fiber. A lot of people out there just don't get enough fiber in, and it's not a problem around these parts. Well, my wife, she'll tell you that, if we're being a little blunt. But fiber, again, you got beans, legumes, fruits, nuts, seeds, whole grain products, vegetables. You want to get at least 25, maybe 30, maybe more grams of fiber per day. It's going to aid in digestion. It's going to help stabilize your blood sugar. They pass right through the intestines and help that digestive process. More fiber, you might have bloat at first, but you're probably going to get rid of bloat. Now, let's talk about the troublesome. Your sugars. I'm not anti-sugar, don't get me wrong, but the problem is a lot of y'all out there are just taking in way too much freaking sugar. You're getting your carbs from, I gotta whisper, hot Cheetos, because I got caught in Publix yesterday buying hot Cheetos for my wife and getting rid of for hurricane prep. See if she actually watches this video and hears me talk about this one. But you're getting cookies, all sorts of stuff, and it's not bad in moderation, but when you're having too many of those things, they digest very quickly. You're not gonna feel full off of those things. Your blood sugar levels are gonna rise and then drop quickly. Not a good thing. So we wanna avoid that. Avoid sugars. Alcohol's got carbs too. Alcohol's not the best thing if you are trying to lose body fat, my friends. So if we're talking about carbs that I take in, I've got staples. So my day looks like this. If I'm, on a workout day, before I work out, I'm gonna eat, now this has changed because I used to eat Pop-Tarts because they're quick digesting. I want a little sugar rush before I go into the gym. I want to be fueled. I want to be ready to go. And that's A-okay. But I've actually switched over because I'm trying to trim a little body fat to 2 rice cakes. I have 2 rice cakes, 30 minutes to an hour, just so they're not, before I work out, 30 minutes to an hour, just before going in to get myself some energy before I work out. And I like to have, I used to do the fasted thing, and it just, again, just like the keto, they left me feeling drained. It left me feeling not as strong. And when I went back, I never looked back because I like feeling strong. I like being able to lift heavy, and I like having that energy. So my day starts with that. I chase my workout down. We talked a little bit about on protein, Formula One by First Form, but I also take Ignition from First Form. Ignition's fabulous, because I want to get nutrients back into my body, and I want to help. Even though it's a fast digesting protein, it restores your glycogen levels, helps with muscle growth. It is just straight up 43 grams of carbs. And this is one of those times where I like a fast digesting carb. I want to get my body, once I've broken my body down, I want to exercise, anabolic and also catabolic. Like afterwards, if you don't get your body out of that catabolic state, you're going to just hinder your game. So let's give me some fuel and get back in the game. You are like freaking adorable today, Coda. He's in his own world. And that's got 43 grams of carbs in it. Might seem like a lot, but I mean, it's my post-workout. It's my staple. Another form of carbs that I eat 3-4 times a day is going to be rice, white rice. My wife makes white rice all the time, so it's constantly at the ready. Sweet potatoes, sometimes red potatoes, sometimes white potatoes, just to get a little variety in there. They help me feel full, and fiber in them. So that's always a plus. It is toasty in here today. If you see me wiping my head, it's because I'm sweating a little bit. But those are gonna be my three mains. I don't have a lot of variety in my carb sources outside of like vegetables if I'm eating vegetables, but you know, apples, artichokes, asparagus, bananas. I got a whole list here. Beets, blackberries, blueberries, great health benefits in blackberries and blueberries, vitamins, loaded with vitamins and minerals, broccoli, brown rice, cauliflower. I'm just going through my list here because I keep notes and I keep what's good. Cucumber, kiwi, lemon, lime, oatmeal, pineapple, peach, pear, plum. Mix up the vegetables. Like don't just box yourself in. Prunes, pumpkin, quinoa, raspberry, spinach, sprouted bread. I do not like white bread. It's basura. Cut out the Wonder. Sorry, Wonder. Don't think I'm getting any sponsorships from you anytime soon, but that's okay. That's okay with me. Strawberries, sweet potatoes, like I was saying. I mean, there's so many forms of carbs. You just got to make sure you're getting in the right ones. Avoid, like, there's only two types of people that I probably said this before, that really need Gatorade, and that is elite athletes, like NFL players that are playing a 60-minute game at the top of their game, and hungover people. You're very rarely gonna need that fast digesting, Gatorade from a 60-minute, lifting or group fitness class. It's just so unnecessary. Like, I'm just not down with it. Any kind of sport drinks like that. I find the majority of people that screw up their diet and mess things up. They drink a lot of calories and they don't realize it. They throw sugar into the coffee. They throw creamer. It's more carbs than you need. Soda. Like, if I could just get people to cut it out. Like, if you're a regular soda drinker and I could get you to cut that out right away, my buddy who's going to watch this is going to kill me because he works for one of the soda companies. Miss you, bud. Cut that out. Like, those calories are just going to kill your diet. They're just sugar. They're fast digesting. We talked about wines and liquors and then all the flavorings that go with those wines and liquors. And don't get me wrong, I like my beers. I like my beverages, but everything in moderation. If you've got goals, sometimes you gotta push that stuff to the back if you want to keep seeing progress. So those are going to be my main ones. Anything else I want to say about carbs today, man? I got a lot of time. I'm probably going to record like 3 videos in the same shirt and just post them back to back because it's raining. But I really wanted to focus on carbs today. But I do think you need carbs. I think you need them for energy. I think you need them for fuel. I think you need them for rebuilding muscle. And I think there's a lot of great benefits. You just need to focus on eating the right ones is the bottom line, and finding out what the right ones for you. One more thing. I knew I had something if I kept rambling long enough. You got to also see what you're sensitive to. Now, people have food allergies. There's a lot of people that will eat nuts and have an allergic reaction and their throat will close and they'll go into anaphylactic shock. And then, did I say that right? Then you need the EpiPen. That's a food allergy. But a lot of people are also food sensitive. So watch how your body reacts to certain foods. People, oh my God, I gained so much weight this weekend. And you look at what they ate and there's something they're not used to. And this could happen to me with like oatmeal. My body doesn't, I used to eat oatmeal like after every workout before I switched over to Ignition. And it just bloated me up. I'm by no means fat. I'm like 6% body fat right now, 7% body fat. But it just gave me a bloat. My gut was kind of pushed out and I didn't feel good about myself. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And I cut the oatmeal out and switched it for something else. And it's just, I got that bloat and that heavy feeling. As much as I love Chinese food's another one that inflames the hell out of me. Whatever they're putting in that rice there. And I mean, I'm getting rice, veggies, and a meat. I'm not getting like, General Tso's loaded in sugar and stuff. But whatever's in there, it gives me bloat. And I wake up the next morning, joints are a little stiff. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my body so find out which foods you're sensitive to. Like if you say, oh, carbs are making me fat, carbs aren't making you fat, you're dope. Sorry, I said what I said. You just got to find the right amount of carbs. And again, about 40% on workout days, 20, 15 on non-workout days. You don't need as many because you don't need as much energy, and getting the right ones. So hopefully that knowledge helps you figure out your carbs. We'll talk a little bit about fat next time. And we'll check back in soon. Again, subscribe to the page, like the videos, comment, questions, and join my Facebook group, Stoked Metabolic Coaching. Get in on there if you're on Facebook, and hopefully I see you soon. Much love.